everyone. Recently, I've begun working on a video game. I wanted to make this video to show off the work I've done so far, and talk a little bit about what I plan to achieve building the rest of the project. My idea for this game has a strong narrative focus. I write a lot of short stories in my spare time, so that's definitely going to influence how I approach the project. It's going to be an RPG where you, as a player, explore a futuristic setting and interact with different characters around the world. Two of my main inspirations are The Witcher 3 and the first Diablo game. I wanted to create a world which feels really natural to navigate, and with an overall feeling of suspense and mystery, which drives players to explore. I'm really happy so far with the amount of progress I've been able to achieve, while only working on this in my spare time. So far, I've created a design document to give myself clear goals of what I need to implement into the game. I knew at the beginning I needed to finish a few of the main systems before getting too far along. These included a working inventory system and widgets, damage and health, a state machine for the basic character movements, and a respawn function. Making a list of these objectives has been extremely helpful in keeping me on track and not compromising on the vision I have for this game. Over on this hill I have a little area to show off the inventory system I put together. This was the first thing I built in this project, and everything else has been built out around it. You can then use these items by accessing them through the inventory widget. The red globes I'm using here are health potions, and you can see them filling up the green health bar at the bottom of the screen as I use them. Here's a closer look at the little shuttle I built. I've been calling it the tortoise because of the shape of the design. I thought the wings looked like fins and the large top piece resembles a shell. I'd like to make a few improvements by adding a closing hatch for the back door, and more floor space to the interior so the player can move around more easily inside. I'd also like to add a chest or storage area where the player can keep extra items inside the ship. Here's a closer look at the main character model. The name I have in mind for him is Thomas, and he's sort of a cyborg type character. He's based off a concept sketch I did, and I think he translated really well into 3D. I've never actually done anything with hair in Unreal Engine, so getting that beard to work was actually really difficult. And I had to do it a couple times to get it done properly. I started doing it in Blender, trying to get the particle system to work, but when I imported it into Unreal Engine, it just broke every time. So I ended up redoing it in Maya, and after I exported it from there, it seemed to work perfectly. So that's the one that you see here. At the very end here, I wanted to show one of the enemy AI. At the entrance to this dark tunnel, there's this massive lizard creature that right now follows the player as they move through the area. When it's finished, I'm going to have a behavior tree which determines whether it runs away when it sees the player, or if it crawls down the wall to attack. I'm also planning for it to have a poison breath that can fire at the player from above. Hopefully I'll have these features implemented so I can show you in the next update. This is only the beginning of development, so there's a long list of things that need to be done to complete this project. The next few features are finishing the enemy AI, 2 to 3 enemy/NPC models, and equipable weapons and armor. I'm hoping to make progress in each of these areas to show in the next update. In future content, I'll reveal more of the game's story and the context for the objectives and where the setting takes place. I'll also talk about whatever challenges I encounter during development and the solutions that lead to the final result. If what you've seen so far interests you and you'd like to see how the project progresses, consider subscribing. I think posting on here will give me motivation to keep making progress on this project, so I'll be uploading more consistently. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.